3, 2, 1, and we're live here with DJ Chilibeanz, big sexy thing. God, don't ever do that again, please. Anyways, we're live. We're here with DJ Chilibeanz, who
what up?
He wanted to do a funny intro. I told him we don't fucking do that on this show. Okay.
Of course not.
It's not a fucking...
It's my idea.
This is life and death matter, okay? We're not out here in these streets promoting comedy.
We are out here in these streets.
You wanted me to do a bit right there, the papers. That's cool. Can you reach up and pause that? Or it's gonna be like fucking our shit up. What up, Rage? Rage is out here in these streets. So anyways, DJ Chilibeanz, he wanted to come on. This is the second week we've been doing the podcast. He wanted to come on, and he wanted to, I'm glad I'm embracing the gangster look, because DJ Chilibeanz looks straight gangster, and I couldn't pull it off, and I was like, I'm just going to take a hat and throw it on, and,
pretty gangster.
I'm pretty gangster, right?
Pretty gangster.
I'm fucking out here. So anyways, we're gangsters on this week's episode of the podcast. Chilibeanz, you want to talk about fucking corrupted governments, right?
Yeah.
Because you're just sick of this shit.
Yes, I am.
Out here. So let's hear your piece. What's going on with the government? We'll move this towards.
Well, first of all, let's talk about how the government controls the media to distract us from everything that they're doing. I mean, like these school shootings. Of course, it's going to be on the media because they want copycats and they want this to blow up real big to distract the media and the news and the civilians of what's really going on in our government. All right, so we got this whole North Korea thing going on right now.
Yes.
Now Russia is trying to get involved, and how do you distract the civilians from what's going on in the real world?
So you think like the Las Vegas shooting and the Florida shooting were actually government?
Yes.
The government? You're the first person I hear say that.
Just like 9/11 was the government to get us into this war for oil.
The thing about 9/11 is I think that's a more accepted conspiracy as a whole. Like major players and like famous people and just people all over the world believe 9/11 was an inside job.
Take this then. All right. Our government is a magician, right?
Okay.
So they want to hide what they're actually doing. So what do? They do this sleight of hand. What's going on over here isn't what's going on over here type deal. Okay.
So
distract the civilians with something that they can get, passionate about.
And we'll just have this plan. This is about the shooting, the Vegas shooting, because apparently they're saying like the Florida shooting has now re-immersed people and reawakened people from the Vegas shooting, which the Vegas shooting just fucking happened. So I don't understand like why people need a reminder of that. Where Gio for this? I don't know. Gio actually was texting me earlier, but I was in a movie theater, so I don't know where he was. Anyways, so yeah, they're saying that this is to remind us from that, but man, that's kind of because 9/11 is like universally panned as like, yeah, that was an inside job. They wanted a reason to start the war. Not only that, but the tax money was like billions and billions of dollars, and there's all this stuff, and like didn't somebody purchase the buildings like just right before it blew up and everything? Yeah. Okay, let's read Son of Sin's comment. Every shooting has been part of specific laws they want passed, gun control, etc. Yeah, that's the kind of shit we're trying to get into.
Exactly,
So, but I don't see, that's kind of crazy if the government is out here just shooting civilians with like AK-47s and shit, whatever the guy had.
Well, when you want to take the guns away from the civilians to either mass homicide them or to control them even more, what do? You got to, in our government, in our country, you have to get the people behind your laws that you want passed, right?
Yeah. So the best way to do that would be kill innocent people. I agree 100%. It's just a wild theory that I haven't heard anybody else say. I was saying this is huge for me. I think that the media is wrong. When one of these shootings happen, I don't think the name of the shooter should ever be released.
Nope.
They should never even, like, nobody should know what that guy's name was that did the shooting, because these guys are doing these shootings and they're seeing other people, they become household names and they're famous now. And now they're like, I'm going to go out and shoot a bunch of people. And I'm like, look, if the media just said nobody's allowed to release their name, like if you, like CNN, if you release the shooter's name, we're shutting your shit down. You're not allowed to be on TV anymore, you know? And like, if all of a sudden you took away all the fame from being a fucking shooter, like nobody, there's going to be less motivation for people to do it. They're going to be like, oh, there's really no reason for me to just go out and kill a bunch of random people because nobody's ever going to know who I am. Nobody's ever going to memorize me. What I think we should be doing is talking about the real heroes in these stories. The guys like the fucking teacher that jumped in front of a bunch of kids and fucking saved their lives. And why isn't he a household name? Why is the shooter the household name?
Like, do you even know the teacher's name?
No, I had it. I've heard it. There's a couple of different people that had jumped in front of bullets and stuff. And in the Vegas shooting too. It's one of those names that didn't really stick to my brain. But in all honesty, I don't know the shooter's name. I don't know either one of the shooters' names because I just don't care. I don't really want to know what their names were. Do you know?
No.
Because I
really don't care. Like,
I don't know who the shooters were. So
I feel sad for the victims and their families and all that, but I mean, news like this shouldn't be broadcast nationwide. Like, it shouldn't, because it sets up copycats. Matter of fact, a high school from our area had a shooting in it just recently because of the Parkland, Florida incident.
What school was that?
Walnut Hills? Or North College Hill?
I think I remember hearing something about that. I don't know. I hate the news, man. I try to avoid the news like the plague because it's always some depressing shit. I'm like, oh, God.
Especially in our city.
Yeah. So, like, the last time I got on the news was a couple days ago, and it's only because I logged into my computer and it popped up as a notification, and it was like Donald Trump to meet with Kim Jong-un or whatever the fuck this guy's name is, this fucking character out of a book. And oh god, I'm gonna get assassinated now. But anyways, so it said he was gonna meet with this guy, and I was just like, it's the end of the fucking world, dude. Donald Trump is gonna go meet with this dude. He's gonna grab him by the pussy, and it's gonna be all bad, dude. Like, it is. He's gonna fuck shit up. I'm like, don't go over there.
But I mean, like, it's our government. He's gonna go over there. He's gonna get assassinated.
Yeah, for real. What Son of Sin? All the guns have been the same in these shootings. You explained that. Oh, that's a good point. All the shooters have had mental illness, weak-minded, that can take the blame. So yeah, so basically he's saying, like, they find these people with mental illnesses, they arm them with military-grade weapons, and they tell them to go shoot up a place.
And who better to go out and find these mental illness people and arm them with an AR?
But then they play on the...
An AR that is military spec.
But then they play on these people because they're like, you're going to be famous like the other guy. People are going to remember you. And these people are sick. They need help.
I'm telling you, it's our government. Our government is behind it.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy. You can't... Can you also tell me why it's really only suburban schools? I mean, Brooklyn, New York, been in the hood my entire life, and this shit.
Okay, that's another good point. Like, if a shooting goes on in the hood, what comes up?
Yeah, there's good.
It happens every day.
Like, somebody,
it's not going to be big national news. It's always the suburban schools that make national news.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, so I work for FedEx. So last year alone during Christmas time in the month of December, in the city of Chicago, 37 FedEx trucks were robbed at gunpoint. And you didn't hear about a single one of them. So we live in this really, me and DJ Chilibeanz, well, me, you live a little bit farther down, but I live in a really, really rich suburban area. Like, everybody here is a doctor or a lawyer. They're all fucking rich. And a girl got held at gunpoint. She was a male girl. She got held at gunpoint close by. Did you know that? Right up on 4th Street.
Yep.
She got held at gunpoint, dude. This was like national headline news. Like, everybody knew about it. Every person in Westchester was talking about it. They're like, fuck, man, this male lady got fucking robbed at gunpoint in our city.
Exactly. Now, if it happened down where I live, because where I live, it's a little bit more lower income, it would just maybe made the local news, not the national news.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, like, you got a good point. Let's rob Z, yo.
Good luck.
Yeah. Rage said I'm down. Oh man, they're conspiring, bro. They're conspiring, man. Yeah, I don't know. I think my security guard would probably the rent-a-cop out here. He'd just fuck you up. No. Oh, that's some fucking good shit right there. But no, yeah, dude, that's crazy. That came out of left field. I wasn't expecting you to say that. Because it's a theory that I've never heard before, but it's a theory that makes sense.
It is.
No, and I'm very open-minded, so I'm never going to be one to just shut people out. Like, I read all about the flat earth shit. This is funny because, like, people are like, oh, people believe that the earth is flat. And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you fucking retarded? You think the earth is flat? How dumb are you? So I get on YouTube, flat earth, pick out my video that I want. It's like an hour-long documentary. Okay, flat earth. Why is the earth flat? Dude, at the end of this fucking documentary, I was like, the fucking earth is flat. How did I not know? Like, that's how good.
How can you fly around the world if it's flat?
But that's how good these people are at putting these documentaries and shit together, man. It's like mind-blowing. You're like,
I mean, it's like,
fuck.
Maybe the government is telling the earth is round and when it's actually flat. But I highly doubt it.
Yeah. So, I know we have points of discussion, but I don't know. I threw my script.
Yeah.
Throw my script. What else did you have on your mind?
This whole North Korea, Russia business.
Well, what's going on with that?
Well, you kind of segued into it with Trump going to go to meet the leader of North Korea.
I talked about it last week in our podcast a little bit, and I said we'd talk about it this week.
Did you see the latest video coming out of Russia with Vladimir Putin?
Was he riding a bear again?
No.
What?
He released a video of a nuclear strike on what seemed to be Florida.
Was it you that was telling me about this?
Yeah, we was talking the other day.
I didn't see
on Wednesday. And this video, it's Vladimir Putin discussing, nuclear war, and the video is clearly Florida.
But see, that's weird because I thought Trump and Putin were like butt buddies.
Yeah.
Aren't they like cool?
That's what the Democrats want you to believe.
Man, but I was kind of rooting for that.
No.
I was like, man, if we can have something good come out of Trump being president,
it'd be us allying with Russia.
Ally with Russia, right? It'd be fucking amazing.
No.
Finally, we could
not
be
anymore.
Friends.
See,
that makes me sad.
That's what's wrong with our government. It's a two-party system. So you got one party trying to attack the other party, and that's also corruptness in the government because it's distracting. It really is. Like, Russia will never be our good allies. They will never be like the United Kingdom or France or Germany to us. They're always going to be our mortal enemy.
Well, they're kind of pissed at us because we basically fucked their economy. I forget what happened there, but they were basically like, don't do this. Because this was like 2 or 3 years ago. They're basically like, don't do that. I forget what it was. But they said, they were like, America, please don't do this. Or it's going to make our currency, useless. And everyone's going to be dirt poor. And we said, basically, middle finger. And we did it. I forget what it was. I'm sure you can find it online. But we were like, it's not our problem. So, and we did it. And we fucking... and now Russia is
that just goes to show you, how corrupt our government is.
Yeah.
You got one party accusing the president of being good friends with Russia and Vladimir Putin, and they helped him get in office, and now they're threatening to nuke Florida?
What the fuck? Yeah, dude. I was just reading the comments here. We have two sides that balance the bullshit because both sides are full of shit. I like that. That's a quote. That's a quote by the Son of Sin right there.
Good quote.
That's a good quote. That's a Geico quote. Yeah, dude. Like, but how stupid would Putin have to be in order to actually try a nuclear strike? Because he knows that no long-range missiles can actually hit us.
And then why are we so scared of North Korea and their missiles?
I don't think we are.
Yeah, we are.
I'm not.
I am.
I mean, but
you live up here in suburbia.
You motherfucker, if I get hit with a nuke, it's hitting you too, and vice versa. You don't live that far from me.
I live next to a factory that makes jet engines for our military jets.
Yeah, that's a really rich area, man. You got GE down there.
Yeah. That's a prime target.
Those are all billionaires. That is a prime target, and if it hits there, I'm telling you, it would wipe me out.
Yeah. But I'd be gone immediately, toast, fried.
Yeah, you wouldn't feel anything.
A particle of me.
Exactly, you wouldn't feel anything. I'd slowly waste away. My skin would just start falling off.
Yeah.
I'd be fucking puking up blood and shit. Oh god, it'd be terrible.
But I mean, like the whole nuclear threat, it's not in the media anymore, and it needs to be.
Yeah. See, son agrees. The hood's not important. Really, they'd try to hit a city like New York. I don't even think Cincinnati's that big. They said if anything, they'd try to hit Fort Wright, which is in what, Dayton?
Fort Wright is in Kentucky.
Yeah, that's right. What am I thinking of?
Air Force Base?
Air Force Base, yeah.
We would still be dead.
I don't know.
Dayton?
I think if it hits Dayton, we're fine.
No. The nuclear fallout would
the fallout. But I would just start driving, dude. They'd be like, there's a nuke heading towards Dayton. I'd be on 75 South so fucking fast.
You would not be able to outrun that.
Well, the blast wouldn't kill you. Like you said, it'd be the fallout. So you gotta get away before the fallout starts coming down slowly. You'd have time.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't know. I think you'd have time.
But the highway would be packed. You realize this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'd probably have to hop on like 742 or something like that. Just to let you guys know, we have a poll question up on the channel. G, the real life
What?
I don't know. He said Z, the real life zombies. Oh man, for real. We'd be survivors though, Sin. We'd be fine. We are well rehearsed in the zombie genre. But anyways, we do have a poll question up on the channel because me and Chilibeanz, we were having a good ass dinner and we bought these American flag pins from this death guy. He said he's trying to make an honest living. Everyone up here, like I said, everyone up here is rich and they're all assholes and they all turned them down. And he came over to us and we bought 3 of them. We were like, we'll take 3 of your American flag pins. They're $3 each. So we paid $9 for these pins. But we got talking about America. And we said, look, Son's on it, dude. Son's on it. Look at his answer already. We haven't even said the question. We started talking about America.
Thank you, Sin.
Chilibeanz had ordered a really nice Jack Daniels burger and fries. And I had a steak and ribs and shit. And but he was like, I was making fun of what he ordered because I had all these ribs and this nice steak and stuff. And I was like, you got fucking burger and fries at this nice restaurant. And he was like, this is the most American meal in the country. And I was like, I thought about it and I was like, yeah, you're probably right. But I did raise the question. I was like, but what about a hot dog and a beer? Because when you go to like a baseball game, which is America's pastime, which I don't really think it is anymore, but it's still called that. When you go to a game like that, you know, you have a hot dog and a beer.
Exactly. I mean, that's pretty American.
At America's pastime.
But the most American meal you can have, cheeseburgers and fries.
Well, we got it. Because I never said the most American meal is hot dog and beer. I was just like, but.
No, but what's more American?
Yeah, I was
that
like,
was your
American?
question.
Yeah. So we were like, well, let's make it the poll question. What's more American? And yeah, Son says cheeseburger and French fries. It's true. Words even in places that don't serve hot dogs.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can get a burger anywhere, dude. Anywhere you can get
McDonald's,
a fucking burger.
Wendy's.
Didn't McDonald's start serving hot dogs? I know. I think Burger King did.
Yeah, I think Burger King did, but they stopped.
I thought did they stop?
Yeah.
The hot dog flops, dude. It's a hot dog only tastes good in a ballpark, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the only place you can have a hot dog and you're like, this is a fucking good dog.
Alright, so we we live in an area that's known for chili. We have chili places, hot dogs from there. I mean,
chili dogs. Oh, son has since said apple pie is most American, but that's not a meal, son.
No, it's a dessert.
That's a dessert.
Part of the meal.
So you could say cheeseburger, french fries, and a slice of apple pie.
With an ice cold beer to
wash it down with a Budweiser. America.
I would say whiskey.
America. Well,
or moonshine.
Me and you drink whiskey, but Budweiser is America's beer.
Yeah.
That's what all the rednecks are drinking down south.
That's what I drink when I drink beer.
Yeah, Budweiser. All my white friends drink Budweiser. Apple pie is most American. I like that. That's good. That's another good quote. Son's just coming out of left field with good quotes. He's doing it big.
Yeah, he is.
Anyway, so that was our poll question of the day. Not to get too far off topic. But what were we talking about?
The whole nuclear threats and all that.
What ended up happening with Trump meeting up with Kim? When's that? Did that already happen?
I have no clue.
I thought that was supposed to happen on the 9th.
He's still alive, right?
He's still alive, so
okay,
it probably didn't happen
yet.
Yeah,
it probably didn't happen yet.
I don't know. I know you want to get into some weird shit. I have written down. You want to talk about the similarities between Abraham Lincoln and JFKs?
Oh, yes. Another government conspiracy idea,
okay.
Right? You brought up JFK, so I'm going to let you start this off with your...
Well, I brought up JFK in the sense that I know it's a huge government conspiracy that I don't know much about. The one thing I do know about, like, people make fun of, like, Dave Chappelle. He's like, yeah, one guy shot JFK with a magic bullet. And, like, there's always been jokes about it and stuff. And it's this huge cover-up. Like the babushka lady.
Yep.
If you guys don't know, the babushka lady is like this weird, mysterious lady. Nobody knows who she is, but she was caught filming the entire thing, and people think that maybe she was even part of it, part of the assassination attempt. Some people think it was the government themselves, which that's probably like the main conspiracy is the government wanted Kennedy dead. But the most interesting I always hear like gun people talk about, like people that are around guns, that own guns, that shoot guns. And they see bullets.
Yes.
And so what I hear a lot of people say about Kennedy is like, if the bullet went through his neck and into, who was it? The driver's wrist, his bodyguard's wrist, whoever the guy was. Like I said, I don't know what I'm talking about. But apparently the bullet went through JFK's neck. They were like, even if the bullet went cleanly through JFK's neck and it hit the driver's wrist and it broke his wrist, so it hit bone, they're like, that bullet would have been shattered. It would have been damaged. And apparently the bullet that they found, the CIA found, that bullet was completely undamaged. It was like a brand new out of the box.
Exactly. And
bullet.
And if he would have got shot in the neck, just like they said he was, right? His head would not go back into the left. That is the most famous line from the JFK movies, from the investigation. His head went back into the left. So if he got shot in the neck here, right? His head will not go backwards.
Well, yeah, because it's like chopping down a tree. You chop out this part and
it would go forward.
Yeah, so
right?
You take out part of his neck.
And even if the bullet went into the back of his neck, the exit wound on the front of his neck would have been bigger. So his head would have still dropped.
See, right? I didn't know that. Okay.
So, the whole magic bullet theory, you know, it's still a brand new bullet when they find it. That means it was placed. That means government conspiracy, right? Most people say there was 2 shooters that day.
Yeah, I've heard that.
The one that they caught and the one that they didn't catch. The one that they didn't catch was the actual assassin. The one that shot and missed was the one who was caught.
He was the shitty shooter. That's why he got caught.
He was the fall guy.
He sucked.
He was the fall guy.
He couldn't shoot. They were like, get this guy out of here. We don't want him in our group.
Exactly.
He sucks. He can't hit shit.
But, no, he was just the fall guy to take the blame for the government who assassinated their president. And this is why, right? There's been 2 presidents in the history of our country that has been assassinated and successfully assassinated. Abraham Lincoln and JFK. And I'm sure everybody's probably heard the same theory about a central bank.
Okay.
The government wants to set up a central bank, and those were the only 2 presidents opposed to it.
Wow. No, is that fact?
That's fact.
So what?
You can look it up on Google right now.
What's with the central bank? Like, everybody would have to use this bank.
No, a central bank is just, instead of private banks,
yeah,
the banks would turn into government property.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And it would eliminate free capitalism completely. The government would have full control over the money that they print out.
Okay. So they were the only two presidents opposed to it. But no other president has been able to successfully do it.
No.
Should they just take them out in the backyard after their 8 years and shoot them?
I wish.
You failed. You failed, motherfucker. To just drag them out. Fucking.
But, I mean, like, that's the conspiracy. And that's how deep, our government conspiracies go.
That's weird.
2 presidents were shot and killed who believed in the same thing. JFK wanted civil rights. Abraham Lincoln wanted to free the slaves. They both opposed, a centralized bank idea. I mean, too much similarities to oppose our government making more money right there. And that's why they were shot and killed.
Yeah. Look at that. Content issues detected. Press play and see if we're still even live. You have to go all the way to the end. Dude, I think YouTube shut us down, man. They're like, shut these fuckers down, bro. Look at that.
Talk about a government conspiracy.
Yeah. Hang on.